and also while being given and accorded the ceremonial welcome at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, President Draupadi Murmu was present, and this is a second visit to India after the year 2015. This speaks about how the India-Qatar ties are strengthening, with the bilateral talks over the regional cooperation also, in fact, getting a boost.
Well, absolutely, Simran. In the past, we see also, the India and Qatar's relationship have been on a stable path. They have been already robust. And, with this visit of Amir of Qatar, the bilateral relations between India and Qatar are expected to strengthen and bolster even further. What needs to be seen, at this juncture, Qatar, the Emir of Qatar has, come to India at such a juncture, when there are tensions in the Middle East area, and it is very crucial at this moment for India to have, vibrant and good relations with the countries in Middle East, because the region is at the moment very critical. Many memorandum of understandings will be signed between the two sides today when, Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets the Emir of Qatar, and, expected, and also this will also boost a significant boost to India's technical sector, energy sector, because many MOUs of mutual understanding would be signed between both the countries. There have been both the countries share a history of vibrant and an excellent bilateral relations, and this is expected to further enhance the bilateral relationship between the two countries. So this needs to be seen. And what's moreover, there is a large presence of Indian diaspora in Qatar, which is also very pertinent. This visit has happened, and there are a lot of Indians working in Qatar. There could be talks between the two sides, as far as the welfare of the Indians in Qatar is concerned. Yes, Imran, apart from the signing of the MOUs that are scheduled to be signed between both the sides. Yes.
Well, absolutely. In fact, Aditya, as you are giving out the details in this regard, it is also important to understand that the Amir of Qatar, along with PM Modi, has in fact been present at the key monumental time when there is a boost in the talks. And to also comment on that, I have Sanjeev Srivastav, International Affairs expert, joining me live on the broadcast. Now, in fact, appreciate you joining me live this morning. Qatar Emir's India visit is very strategic and also gives a broader message of the ties between the two nations. And given the series in which the entire meeting and the kind of relations that have got a boost, with PM Narendra Modi receiving him personally at the international airport and then getting a ceremonial welcome at President in the presence of President at Rashtrapati Bhavan. What all is expected, Mr. Srivastav, as these visits are crucial, and given the visuals, we can see that it's a very happening and in fact significant talk that's underway between the two nations.
Well, Simran, India-Qatar relationship is deepening. It's getting stronger in the leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and Qatar's Amir Al-Thani. And this relationship over the years are constantly getting more and more strength. And with this visit, I am sure that this relationship will attain higher trajectory. And today, what we have seen that our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, himself visited the airport and received Qatar's Amir Al-Thani, showing an extraordinary gesture. It's a rare gesture which Prime Minister has shown to the world leaders. And this shows the kind of importance the government of India gives to the relationship with Qatar. And the reason for this is very, very clear that Qatar is a country which has a problem-solving image. Qatar is a country which is known as a troubleshooter in the Middle East region. And that is one of the reasons why India gives so much of importance to Qatar. Simran, Qatar has been a country which has played a key role, a key mediatory role in various affairs of the Middle East region, whether it is talks between Taliban and United States of America, for the withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan, and that happened in Qatar's capital Doha. And also when Israel is having Israel has had various talks and negotiations with the terrorist organization Hamas for the release of various prisoners, and that in that dialogue and negotiations, Qatar played a key mediatory role. Qatar is a country which has played several such mediatory roles in prisoner swap deals which happened between the United States of America and Taliban in the past. So, and US has the biggest military base in Qatar. Qatar is a country which is having a friendly ties with almost every country in the Middle East region and the world. So Qatar has a very positive image. As I said, Qatar has the image of a problem-solving country, a troubleshooter-like nation. And recently, what we have seen with regard to India too, that when our 8, officers, former Navy officers, when they were in some case were imprisoned detained in Qatar, Qatar's Amir Al-Thani showed a very kind gesture by pardoning them and securing their safe and release from the prisons, and they were returned from that country to India. 7 of them have come. One officer is still there, but I'm sure that that process will also be completed, and all 8 of them will be safely home. So I think in that regard also Qatar played a very constructive gesture. Our government of India, which was having a lot of pressure from the various quarters that government of India should do something to secure their release, and obviously Indian government was in touch with the Qatari authorities through back channel diplomacy, and Qatar played a very friendly role in providing their safe release from the Qatari prisons. So I think in that regard too, India is very much thankful what Qatar has done to India's request, and so this aspect of Qatar, where it plays a very constructive role, a problem-solving role, that has really impressed India. Every nation, every Indian of our nation is thankful for the Qatari gesture. Other than that, I would like to say that our energy partnership with Qatar is very significant, and India imports the largest amount of gas from Qatar. Qatar has been the largest exporter. India has been the largest importer of gas from Qatar, and LPG, LNG. Though India is diversifying its sources of energy imports, and India is now also taking a lot of gas from United States of America, but Qatar remains a top supplier of gas to India, and that aspect of our energy cooperation makes this ties stronger. Another point I'd like to make, which is very significant, is that for Qatar's development and prosperity, obviously it's a very rich nation, very prosperous nation. In that regard, Qatar has an Indian community in Qatar, which constitute about the 25% of the entire Qatari population, has played a very constructive and significant role. And what Qatar is today this nation has been able to achieve that kind of a prosperity level because of the enormous contribution of the Indian
All right, Sanjeev
community.
Srivastava, thank you very much for being with us, and in fact there for presenting your views and putting this in perspective for our viewers. Thank you very much for sharing your insights. Meanwhile, some reactions are also coming in over the Emir of the Qatar's visit to India. Let's now straight up listen to that.
भारत और कतार के बीच संबंध ऐतिहासिक भी है और संभावनाओं से भरे हुए हैं। कल माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो एक मित्रता का, एक भाईचारे का संदेश हिज हाइनेस आमिर ऑफ कतार को एयरपोर्ट पर जाकर रिसीव करके दिया है, मैं समझता हूं उसी में पूरी कहानी स्पष्ट हो जाती है। भारत और कतार के बीच अब नए विषयों पर संबंध कैसे बढ़े। ट्रेडिशनली पहले ऐतिहासिक तरीके से देखें तो गत 15-20 वर्षों में साधारणतः ऑयल और गैस और या एनर्जी से संबंधित व्यापार बढ़ता रहा। अब दोनों देश नई टेक्नोलॉजीज पर, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस पर, विश्व में बदलते हुए परिप्रेक्ष्य के हिसाब से अपना संबंध बढ़ाने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। मैं समझता हूं आने वाले दिनों में व्यापार हो या निवेश हो, दोनों में भारत और कतार के बीच बड़े पैमाने पे वृद्धि होने की संभावना।
India and Qatar have a very strong relationship over the years, and with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji himself leading the talks. This shows that the two countries have so much to share and benefit from each other, and with the government's total focus of improving trade for the citizens of India and for people of India in the best interest of our country, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has taken this initiative and welcomed the Emir and the biggest delegation from Qatar in history till now. So we will see a lot happening, and of course India will stand to gain with this relationship with Qatar.
Pleasure to be here today during His Highness Sheikh Tamim Bin Hamad, the Amir of Qatar visit to India. I think this visit reflects the strategic partnership that both countries enjoyed in all levels and different aspects. We have the Qatar and Indian Business Forum. It's a great pleasure to be with His Excellency. Also, we witnessed, the opening session by the both commerce and trade ministers. Big delegation of business people here, distinguished, businessmen, and there is a great opportunity. I think Qatar and India enjoyed a long partnership for many years. The world today is changing dramatically in terms of trade and business, the apply of technology and AI. We are continue investing in petrochemical and oil and gas in Qatar, but also we are growing.
Now we are shifting our focus to the breaking developments that we are tracking very closely. Security forces have achieved a major success after deactivating 2 IEDs at the 2 separate locations in the Tral area of Pulwama and Shipan. Joint security forces have destroyed 2 IEDs in 2 hours earlier. 1 IED was found in Tral Pulwama, where security forces had cordoned off the entire area, and search operation is currently underway. My colleague Ajay Jandial is there with me live on the broadcast. Ajay, big win for the security forces against the terror forces. In fact, in Tral and Pulwama and the other 2 locations where the IEDs have been deactivated. Share more details as the security operation is currently underway.
Yes, it's a big success for the forces, as the terror plan has been foiled by the security forces in Tral and Shopian, because basically, early in the morning when a road opening party, which basically ensured that the people, those who will start moving early in the morning and the whole of the day, and the security forces vehicle, they remain safe. They were basically doing patrolling and doing the ROP over there, and during that search operation they have found one suspected ID in that area, and immediately after this ID was detected, the bomb squad was called, and then they have recovered it and destroyed it. So that shows that they have foiled this nefarious plan of Pakistan and Pakistani sponsored terrorists, those who are active over here in the Jammu and Kashmir. And definitely the way basically incident has taken place in the recent past, that indicates that Pakistan want this Jammu and Kashmir to be disturbed once again, because they don't want to see this peace in the Jammu and Kashmir. Everyone knows that what is happening in Pakistan for last several months, the way basically TTP attacks taking place, BLA attacks are taking place on Pakistani army, and even situation, internal situation in Pakistan is continuously deteriorating. So that is why Pakistan want to disturb peace over here in the Jammu and Kashmir, so that world will not see what is happening in Pakistan.
Well, absolutely. In fact, Ajay, it's a big win for the security forces, as also you're giving us the details, and the security forces are already on their hunt to conduct the operations as the search is underway. From there, let's shift our focus to the developments of the northeast. Manipur has witnessed a series of major security operations. as the law enforcement agencies have intensified their crackdown on the illicit activities across the districts in Manipur. Multiple arrests have been made, while the large sums of unaccounted cash have also been seized, and the illegal poppy cultivation has also been busted and destroyed in coordinated efforts to curb the unlawful practices that have been ongoing. In a significant development, security forces have arrested one individual identified as Lamkogin Dimgal of Kangpuk Patchang in the Kangpuki district. During a routine check at the Sangai University near the Kaparang village, Churachandrapur district. This is in fact a big development that we're tracking, viewers, very closely from the northeastern state of Manipur. Nibir Deka is joining me live for more. Nibir, as in fact big breakthrough has been achieved by the Manipur security forces in an effort to curb the unlawful practices ongoing in the state, as far as in fact curbing the poppy cultivation is also concerned. Share more details about the arrest and also in fact what has been uncovered so far.
Well, these are search operations being done by the security forces along with the Manipur police, and if you see that they have been intensified in the last 3-4 days after the president's rule imposed in Manipur, and these raids or these security operations are just not limited to the seizure of arms and ammunition or de-escalating tension, thereby arresting cadres who are resorting to all these antisocial elements, but they are also done to